This is a containment-level broadcast originally transmitted on March 13th, 2002 at 3:13 a.m. It was pulled from air within 4 minutes. You are not supposed to be hearing this. If you are watching this, something failed. A seal, a lock, a boundary that was never meant to be touched. This is not a drill. This is not a test. This is a warning from the last time someone ignored the sign. There's a door. No, not in your house, not on any map. It doesn't have a doorknob. It doesn't have hinges, but it shows up on blueprints that were never filed, on floor plans no one remembers building, in old photographs where a wall should be. No one is born near it. No one finds it by accident, and yet someone always opens it. Whatever you do, don't search for the security footage from Building 6, Sub-Level D. Don't ask why the clock stopped at 3:12 a.m., and if someone knocks, don't answer unless you can see both of their eyes. This message was not meant for the general public. It was intended for containment teams only, but now it's public. That means the door is already open somewhere. You weren't supposed to see this, and now it sees you. A door can't be unopened, only walked through. The first known mention of the door wasn't in a newspaper or a missing person report. It was in a construction permit, filed in 1971 for a building that was never built. No location, no architect, no workers, just one line, sub-level access, 1 unit, unmarked. That was it. The permit was denied, but not for the reason you'd expect. It wasn't illegal, it wasn't unsafe, it was just untraceable. Then the story started. A janitor at a shuttered high school in Ohio who found a door in the basement that wasn't there the day before. He tried to open it, but the handle was burning hot. He said he heard something breathing on the other side, slow, deep, and knowing. He quit the next day and went completely off-grid. His file says relocated, no forwarding address. Over the years, more reports surfaced. Different cities, different buildings, but always the same door. No markings, no number, no frame, just a door that shouldn't exist, and a rule always the same: do not open it. In 1983, an urban explorer tried. He documented everything, set up cameras, microphones, sensors. His final video ends abruptly, right as the door creaks open half an inch. In the last frame, you can see his eye looking into the darkness. Then the footage distorts, like the signal itself is trying to run. We don't know what he saw, but whatever it was, it saw him too. They call it the echo door now, not because of what you hear when you're near it, but because of what follows after. Security logs from a government facility in Utah show someone accessing a sub-level that doesn't exist on blueprints. No footage, no timestamps, just a redacted file titled Door Echo, Breach Contained. A week later, one of the night guards was found standing in the hallway outside that same sub-level. His badge was melted to his chest, eyes wide open, not blinking. He kept repeating the same phrase: "It's not a door, it's a memory trying to return." That phrase shows up again years later in a forum post. An anonymous user claiming they dreamed of a door at the foot of their childhood bed. Every night closer, until one night it knocked back. The post ends with a question. If a door has no room behind it, where does it lead? That account was deleted. IP untraceable. But here's the part that matters. Everyone who's seen the door, really seen it, reports the same thing after. Mirrors reflect a slightly different version of them. Electronics glitch when they're nearby. Loved ones pause mid-sentence, confused, like they forgot who they're talking to, like the person who opened the door that didn't fully come back. There was a town in northern Maine, unnamed now, erased from most maps. It had a single story that made it beyond the borders. A family found a door in their basement that hadn't been there before. It was smooth. No handle, no hinges, just there, embedded in the wall like it had grown there overnight. At first, they thought it was part of a renovation mistake. But when their youngest daughter stood near it, she whispered, "Someone's knocking," but they're already inside. The father called a contractor. The contractor never showed. The number disconnected the next day, and then the dream started. Each family member reported different ones, but they all shared one detail: a figure standing in a black hallway, always at the end, always silent, always watching. On the 5th night, the door was open. There were no signs of forced entry, no footprints, but their entire home was wrong. Small things at first. The family photo was missing someone. Clocks had no hands. Their dog barked at empty corners and then stopped barking altogether. The mother called for help. She said her husband had forgotten her name, and her daughter had 2 shadows. By the time police arrived, the house was empty. No struggle, no noise. Just the door, now closed, where a wall had once been, and painted on it, in a hand no one recognized. If you're reading this, it's already open. That family wasn't the only one. In the years following, similar reports started surfacing, scattered across the country, buried in forums, hidden in old radio broadcasts no longer airing. People described discovering a door that didn't match the architecture of their home. No record of its construction, no purpose, just There. Some said it was in closets. Some said it was under the stairs. One man claimed it appeared in his attic, and behind it he could hear someone calling his name in his own voice. Most people ignore the door at first, but something changes once you notice it. It begins to notice you back. One user on a now-defunct message board wrote, "I stared at it too long. My nose started bleeding. The walls started breathing. I think I saw myself, but older, on the other side, whispering things I haven't done yet." Another message said, "It's not a door. It's a correction. Something came through it to fix me, and I don't remember what I was before, but I don't think this is who I'm supposed to be." The thread ended when the original poster typed, "Someone knocked from inside my skull." No one ever heard from them again. It always starts with the knock. Not loud, not demanding, but deliberate. 3 slow taps, like it's waiting to be let in. People who've heard it describe a physical reaction. Ears ringing, chest tightening, temperature in the room dropping by several degrees. Some say the sound doesn't come from the door itself, but from behind their own eyes, as if something is knocking on the inside of their mind. A woman from Oregon recounted her experience in a late-night call to a local station. "It was 3:17 a.m. I was in bed. I heard it, not from downstairs, not from outside, but from within. I knew it was the door. I hadn't touched it, but it knew I'd seen it. I swear to God, something whispered my name, but it used my mother's voice." Another man wrote in an online forum, "I recorded it. I left the camera facing the door. 3 knocks, same time each night. On the 4th night, there was no knocking, but the camera turned itself toward me in my sleep." Authorities have never confirmed these reports, officially, but a leaked case file labeled "Subject Door Event" 27 degrees Celsius described psychological dissonance, severe memory distortion, visual echoes of non-present individuals, and perceived timeline overlaps. One excerpt read, "Subject claims to have seen 2 versions of his daughter, one who remembered the knock, one who didn't. Both insisted they were real. After the knock, it becomes harder to tell which memories are yours, or which version of you opened the door. No one truly knows what's behind it, and that's what makes it worse. Some say it's a void, pure black without depth, smell, or air. Others describe an impossible hallway lined with doors that lead back to the same room, just wrong." One survivor wrote it was a hallway with portraits of themselves aging forward and backward, blinking out of sync. Then there's the mirror theory. Multiple reports suggest that when someone opens the door, they don't step into another world. They invite something into ours, something curious, patient, and perfectly still. It doesn't speak, it doesn't move, it just observes, learning what it needs to copy. And when it does, it doesn't replace you instantly, it waits. It waits for a moment of fatigue, a distraction, a blink, and then one of you starts answering questions slightly wrong, forgetting details only you should remember, laughing just a little too long, or looking into the mirror and seeing your reflection smile before you do. There are no warnings after that, only signs. You were quieter today. You forgot your own handwriting. Your pet stared at you for too long. Your voice echoed once. And if anyone ever says, "You're different today," people don't remember what they should. You call your friend, but they answer like you're a stranger. You go home and your key doesn't fit the lock. Your memories feel like dreams, blurry, inconsistent, full of holes. And the worst part, you can't prove it. You'll scream and no one will believe you, because in this version of your life, you were never supposed to exist. That's why no one answers your calls. That's why your old photos look wrong. That's why your voice doesn't sound the same when you play it back. Opening the door doesn't show you another world, it takes yours away. So if you find that door again, the one you've seen before in a dream, or at the end of a hallway that shouldn't be there, or behind the wallpaper you tore off last week, do not open it. Because it's not just locked to keep you out, it's locked to keep something else in.